So now Facebook and your Google account and things like that are considered official identification for different goods and services. I'm gonna link to this article below where they want to be able to use social networking sites as legitimate identification in order to buy things and get licenses and things like that because, well, people are stupid and put all that information right out there for everybody to see. Now, my issue here isn't whether or not this is a privacy concern or whether or not criminals could take advantage of it, because if criminals wanted your information, they could get it anyway. I mean, this makes it easier for them, that's undoubtedly, but, that's not the real issue here. Nobody seems to be talking about the real issue because they don't want to. They don't want to admit the moderators are a problem. See, we always come back to the issue of, if Facebook is considered a legitimate form of identification, you are a person, why aren't you endowed with a person's rights? Why does Facebook get to ban you if this is considered real information of a real person? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, does it have to make sense? Of course not. Because they're the capital owners, and if they want to put a gun to your head, they're going to put a fucking gun to your head. They're going to put a gun to your family's head. And you're going to smile about it. You like it. You want it. You beg for it. And you're going to get it. And I'm not going to feel bad for you when something happens to you. Mark Anthony, I know you're watching this video. When PayPal closes your account, and one day you will have to use PayPal, there won't be some private bank for you to put your money in or anything like that. It will come down to an internet website shutting down your bank account because they felt like it. And you will lose everything. You will lose your life savings. You will not be able to access your paycheck to pay your bills and things like that. And you will probably still believe at the end of the day that they have the right to do it because they're a private industry, and if you don't like it, make your own. Yes, make your own fucking bank. That's practical. So, that's what you have to look forward to. And when that happens and you lose your house, which you could lose your house anyway, and you lose your savings, which you can lose anyway, you see, you're already living in that world. It's just going to get worse. It always gets worse. And when it happens to you, I'm going to be the first one to laugh at your face. I'm going to be the first one to kick you while you're down. And I'm going to celebrate the fact that you and your family are fucking starving in the street because I fucking told you so. And you didn't want to believe me. You rather insult Jim Prophet and mock Jim Prophet and say that Jim Prophet's the psychopath and that Jim Prophet's the one that's the criminal and shit for exposing this and telling you what's coming. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to say there's some secret coven of Satan worshippers behind everything. I'm just saying that there's a pattern here, and this pattern always leads to your destruction. It always hurts you, the little guy, the commoner. It's always been like that since the dawn of time. But now it's just so much easier to do. Fucking people over is easier now than ever before. See, back then, when you fucked people over, you had to burn down their crops, you had to rape their kids, you had to stab them with a pitchfork. Something blunt like that. But now, people can fuck you over in abstract ways. They can cut you off from pretty much everybody. They can isolate you. They can, attack your bank account. They can attack you in these abstract, non-physical ways that leave you completely powerless. And you feel powerless. And that's a form of rape. That's why I call them rapists, what moderators do. Because that's how rape functions. And you don't seem to care. You seem to think that everyone just can make their own website and it's all going to be better. It's not about making a website. Me making a website is not going to undo this. Me making a website is not going to stop this from happening. And me making a website is not going to suddenly undo the billion-dollar monopoly that Facebook and Google have on the United States and to a lesser extent the rest of the Western world. and it's only going to get worse. And when it finally comes your way, and it affects your life personally, Jim Prophet is going to be the first one to say, I fucking told you so, and I'm glad it happened to you. I'm glad now that your kids have to wonder where their next meal is going to come from. I'm glad that you cannot afford your electricity, and God willing, it gets really cold that year in England and you freeze to death. Because that's what you deserve. And even that, if you ask me, is too good for you. It's too good for you, the ironic death of your own arrogance and hubris, and you just refuse to listen to reason. So that's really all I have to say here. Is this is your future. And the only way for you to stop it is to see the moderator threat and do something about it. And even if you do something about it, I'm not guaranteeing you that you can stop it. I am only saying you don't have any other choice. Because the only other choice is to let it happen. So think about that.